What is crackalackin', everyone? It's JT, the OCG, coming to you from the place to be, Mass Effect Legendary. And what is today's tea? Actually, I'm not drinking tea. Every time I play a game, I'm usually drinking some kind of tea. White tea, green tea, black tea, Earl Grey. Which, by the way, Earl Grey is usually known as like some sophisticated tea because of Captain Picard on Star Trek. But really, Earl Grey tea is actually the pauper's tea. It's just basically what it really is what they used to scrape off the table in India and just kind of put it in a pouch and go, yeah, that's Earl Grey. It really is. It's like the scraps of tea for Earl Grey, but it has a certain powerful flavor, I'll tell you. I actually found a wild cherry Pepsi out in a store that I just went in to get gas in. Wild cherry Pepsi. I haven't had a soda in almost 3 years, and so I apologize for the belching that I will be doing in this introductory video. Soda is, I don't know. Well, it hits that sweet. It hits that sweet factor right on your tongue. The sweet sense is right on your tongue, but then it hits your throat and your stomach, and you're just like, I think I'm drinking poison. Anyways, we're playing Mass Effect. This episode is going to be just our character creator for Mass Effect 1. You can see that I actually did a test. One, I did a test, and two, my voice is getting a little better. So, all right, so we're here. Yeah, some of the tracks are like when you're trying to go to the bathroom and a cat is just pawing its way under the door because for some reason it can't allow you to do anything without its presence. What I did here is I did a test just to make sure I wasn't a total noob with the controls and just to see what the dialogue options are and the dialogue wheel and that's it, just to get a feel for the game. What am I going to do in here? Well, we're going to start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Alright, so we have the default for John Shepard, Jane Shepard. So we're going to enter a new ID. We're going to do a custom mail.
Please log in to access your profile.
Does it, again, here's a modern RPG kind of thing. First of all, this guy is too much of a guy. They chose a freaking Dutch model as John Shepard's face. Does this guy look like a Marine that's been through hell and back? This dude, the guy that actually is the face model for this character, I doubt he gets his fingernails dirty. And if he does, I think he goes to a $500 a day spa to have some poor immigrant woman from the Philippines clean his nails for him. Seriously, this guy does not look like a fucking soldier. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. And neither does the female Shepard. She doesn't. They're just too. And I'm not gonna. I guess the guy is attractive, but it goes beyond that. It's pretty boy. It's not like a masculine kind of. It's just pretty boy, right? So I don't. Anyways, you're always going to be Shepard. So what the hell? Why put the first name? I don't know why you would put the first name. So we're going to make him John Shepard. So again, that's one thing I don't like. I really don't have any say. I'm Shepard.
Profile. Confirm pre-service history.
All right, so here's the second thing. The second thing is I'm a soldier. I don't have any say in this. I have to be a soldier. My mission is a soldier. So this really isn't a role-playing game. This is me playing a soldier. And I'm not even really playing them because I don't voice them. So all I am is the assistant director of this game. But I could I'm going to try to role-play him just doing my best, and I have failed so far in my test run because I've chosen dialogue choices that seem like I want to say certain things in a certain tone, in a certain manner, with certain repercussions. And the things that came out of this guy's mouth were absolutely the complete opposite of what I wanted to portray. I'm going to try to role play his attitude as much as I can. And I'm belching already. I told you I apologize for the Pepsi belches already. Now, his default is the Earthborn, orphan, gangs, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of like, not the greatest upbringing in the world. However, I just don't think it has enough tragedy. Then you have the Spacer one. Now, most people might look at this and say, oh, this is the goody two-shoes. Parents, military, your childhood was spent around the military. You were the Navy brat. Yeah, the Alliance basically is the Navy. It's in space, ships, aye, aye, sir, anchors away, whatever. And then, but I also think that this could be that's the perfect for a ruthless thing. You're all military. You're all yes, sir, no, sir. Just get to the objective. The hell with other people. And you're in an echo chamber where you see life and death. You see people die that it just kind of, as an early child, you're just seeing people die that are just names, like Corporal Smith, Private Johnson. You're seeing all these people die, and that could be sort of like a humanizing part of your personality where you could actually become ruthless. I think the Spacer would be great for that ruthless type of profile as well. But we're going to be the colonists. We were born and raised on Mid-Loire. And 8 years of French. Yes, I will be saying words like that in the French accent. Je parle français depuis 4 ans. My accent's horrible, but you know what I am saying. It's a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. And again, I read the Codex, so I know what the Attican Traverse is. Attican Traverse is on the outskirts, so we got slavers. And when you're 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. Molded who he was as a person. Because when you have trauma, if you have trauma like real early in your life, usually you can overcome it a little bit easier because of just the memory. Like if you try to remember what you did 5 years old, I'm sure you have images and some kind of good memories, but a lot of stuff you can't remember. But I guarantee you, most of your happy and bad memories from your early teens up until like your early 20s, you remember those. They're fresh in your mind. So if you're scarred then, that affects you for the rest of your life. And it's something you have to overcome. And that's what our John Shepherd has to do. He has to overcome this. And what it has made our John Shepherd here in this playthrough, it has made him thick-skinned. It has made him introverted. It has made him push people away. Because he does have fear. He's a brave guy. He's a courageous soldier. He takes no crap. He's a little disobedient, but he pushes people. He pushes people back because he doesn't want to get close and lose people. Because he still remembers his family and he still remembers his friends dying. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol and you enlisted in the military a few years later. So again, he also has a little chip on his shoulder where, well, you'll learn in the Codex later where who is the biggest military presence in the galaxy? It's not the humans. It's an aliens. It's one of the alien races. And you already know it anyways, but I'm not going to, in case you don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. You'll see by my words and actions how I feel. But there's a part of him that has resentment for that, where why did I have to wait by an Alliance patrol, and I had to wait and kill slavers and almost get killed by slavers while my family and friends were getting butchered. And then to make matters worse, because I felt some kind of indebtitude, not gratitude, indenturitude, maybe that's the word, to the Alliance, I joined up with them. One, because I lived in a backwater farming colony. I really didn't have any skills. And two, I felt some kind of obligation to the Alliance for saving my butt. But I also hold resentment for why other races weren't there, other alien races weren't there to actually help.
Confirm
that's that.
psychological profile.
Psychological profile. Okay, ruthless. Don't want to go ruthless because then I'm just kind of putting myself in a box, and I don't want. I'm going to be very disappointed if I can't be 60-40 of Paragon Renegade or Renegade Paragon. I don't know which way I want to go yet. It's going to depend on the story and the choices. But if I can't be, like a 60-40, I'm going to be really upset. If I have to be like 90% and 10%, that really sucks. And I hope this game doesn't do that. But I don't want to go right into Ruthless. But John, he does have some of these characteristics. He is cold. He's cold. And cold is his shield. It's the wall he's put up in order to protect his emotions. In what manner will he break down as a character and let people in? Well, you're going to have to keep on watching to see how we go about that. If it happens at all. It all depends on how the story unfolds, the choices I make, and the mistakes I make. Because, again, I'm blind in this one. I might make mistakes. I might want to say, I wanted to do this, and I wanted it to go this way, but I screwed up. And I chose the wrong thing, and now stuff like that is closed to me forever. War Hero. Here's another one. I think this is his default, isn't it? It might be. But I don't want him to come up on a pedestal already, right? I don't want him to go, John Shepard, people... I think somebody mentioned when I was doing the test run, somebody mentioned him in the Citadel. No. It was Nihilus, actually, the Taurian, who actually mentioned like your backstory. I don't want them to automatically say, "Oh, you're brave, you're the hero, you're the champion that we're looking for." I want there to be doubt in his credentials and I had the word in the top of my head. His credibility, and his boy, of course. I could sit here and I can edit this out while I think of the word. I'm back. I thought of the word. His competency. I want people to judge how competent he is, and here's something for you younger people that are listening to this. What I did is I just basically sat here for 5 minutes, and I just sat here and thought. I didn't go to Google. I didn't go to Wikipedia. I didn't do anything. Believe me, try to stay away from that. Because I see way too many people. They go right to, and this is just like an old Dodger just trying to teach you how to get your brain. Your brain's a muscle, and it needs exercise. So if you have a brain fart or something, just sit there and kind of shut down and just start thinking. Just start swirling things around your head in order to try to find an answer. Because if you do that knee-jerk reaction, you go to Google or you go to Google Assist or you ask Siri for answers or something like that, it kind of makes your brain kind of lazy. So then when people start throwing propaganda your way, your brain just wants to absorb it because it goes, good enough for me. You don't want to do that. You always want to have critical thought and critical thinking skills. Just a little tip from you, me. PSA, the more you know. Yo, Joe. Now I totally off the... Oh, yeah, I want there to be doubt about his competency and his motives, right? So I want that to be kind of like where the higher-ups are kind of worried about him. And so therefore, I want the sole survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that have broken most people. Well, why didn't it break Shepard? Because of his childhood. He put up those walls. He's cold. He's calculating. So he did have other soldiers with him, and I think it was a company. So there was a good number of soldiers that he worked beside. And no matter how distant he is, there are connections there where he did feel the loss, but, you know, he did keep them at arm's length. But when you have a guy, and as a combat vet, I can tell you, even if you don't really like a guy's viewpoints or his mannerisms, or I had one guy in the Army that would just say the F word every 3 words, that really put me off. Even if you don't have that, you really are close to people that actually have your back. So if someone's coming up behind you, you need to trust them that they're going to shoot that person before they put a bullet in you. So even though he would, and I'm saying so way too much. That's a crutch word. Stop doing that. Now you know why I don't do live chats. With the brain farts of not finding words at the appropriate moment and me saying so as like a conjunction. Anyway, another crutch word, another all right. With Shepard, I was about to say so again, but with Shepard, even though he's got him at arm's length, he still has a connection. He still had a connection with all these soldiers that he was in a company with. So he felt that loss. But because he was distant and he had him at arm's length, that's why he wasn't broken when other parts of the squad were. The ones that had girlfriends, the one that has wives, the ones that had children, families. He didn't have any of that. So when with the so when he was put in that situation, those types of things didn't flash into his mind. Oh, an interesting story that I've actually read. There was an elderly man that was getting just a normal brain scan. He died while he was getting a brain scan, and they found something really interesting. When they did that, his brain flashed. All the parts that flash, that when you're dreaming, when you're meditating, and when you have when you're doing memory recall, all flashed in this elderly man's brain right before he died, right before he flatlined. That part of the brain went 10 times more than ordinary dreaming and ordinary. So, with the so. Now I'm going to notice it, and I'm going to annoy you guys by noticing it. Anyway, I'm just going to let it slide if I say it. What's interesting there is that I guess your life does flash before your eyes when you die. According to that guy's brain scan, at least his did. It's way too expensive to do that to people, hook them up to brain scans constantly when they're on their deathbed, because you never know when someone's going to pass away naturally. But this guy did, and it was just conveniently at a part where they were scanning his brain and they saw that. I just thought that's interesting. Anyways, so because of his callous nature, he did that. With the physical torments, it also shows that he's strong. He's a strong dude. He was born strong. He's developed himself into mentally tough. The things he's gone through have made him mentally tough, but he's also physically tough, and that's just genetics and his workout regimen. And his therapy is going to the gym, doing push-ups or pull-ups, whatever he can. Trying to get physically strong is his therapy. He works out his problems in that type of manner, and it helps with his psychological stress as well. And I just think that's a good background for him. So he's a sole survivor.
Confirm military specialization.
All these things, what I've read with the Adept is that you have to put, it's called Agent Zero or something. You have to inject it into babies. And I just don't think with him growing up on a colony on the outskirts of the galaxy, this would have been something that would have happened to him. So right off the bat, I'm not going to be a Vanguard or an Adept. As for the engineer, I think his family, what we're going to say just for his family were just hardworking individuals. They were a loving family. The wife and the husband loved each other, got along. They were simple folk. Dad was a farmer. So him decrypting security systems, repairing, just wasn't on the cards. There was a select few that were emigrated to the colony from maybe the Citadel or from Earth that grew up around this technology, but John Shepard didn't grow up with technology. He grew up with a hoe. No. Phrasing. A hoe. The garden tool people. A trowel. How about that? A trowel and a rake and a shovel and all those kind of things. He grew up with that. And a big old hoe. So he is a soldier. This is it. He's a tough guy. He's mentally strong. Although the mentally strong thing is sort of a facade. He is mentally strong, but if you broke that barrier, he would be very weak very quick because all that stuff would come flushing to the surface and it would make him weak. And I think that's just kind of like the best I can role play. Let me know your comments below. How do you feel? How you feel about the background that I've given John Shepard, and do you think it'll work? Did you do your John Shepard a different way? Let me know that too. And the last part
Confirm facial identification.
is changing this appearance. Look, I mean, dude, seriously. A guy that his family was slaughtered, he was almost slaughtered. And then he went and he almost got killed on a mission. He was the only survivor. And he's going to sit there with his sucked in cheekbones, his high cheekbones and his sucked in gaunt under the cheekbones, looking at, I'm a model. No. So we're going to be back. I'm going to show you my John Shepard. And there we go. That is John Shepard. Again, his complexion, he's weathered. You can see his scar right down his face. He's also got a scar on his lip. He's got a scar on his left side as well. But the getting out almost destroyed his right side, almost destroyed his right eye. You can see that he's got those sleepless night bags under his eyes, but he's still got the piercing eyes. Nice looking blue, so there's some kindness in there as well. Not saying that brown eyes or any other color eyes don't have that kind of kindness, but I think it just contrasts with his black hair and his black eyebrows that are sort of pointed down in a disapproving manner. So you could, eyebrows, you could see his eyebrows are, if they were a high arch, he would look surprised all the time. But here he's always got that I don't believe what the hell you're saying type of look to him. His upper lip is very thin, where he's got like a more of a thicker lower lip. Actually, hold on.
Profile reconstruction complete.
All right, so I think that's a little better. So he doesn't have like any full upper lips, or he's got a thin lower lip. He's just a no-nonsense kind of guy. So yeah, he just looks disapproving, but yet those eyes contrast. So he's got like a brightness still left in his eyes, and hopefully that's it. Anyways, that's done with the character creation and everything like that. I will see you in the next episode where we will go through all of the good stuff. The first mission, I believe. Till next time, get up my interlawn.